All right, we continue bringing you all the latest action as the Springboks make their way through Gauteng. They're on their way to the F&B Stadium in Soweto. It's part of their victory tour, a trophy parade that obviously is happening. This as the Springboks obviously have held up the Webb Ellis Trophy following a phenomenal victory at the Rugby World Cup to be crowned the Rugby World Cup champions for 2023. They've touched down in South Africa. They were in Pretoria a little earlier on at the Union Buildings where they were received by President Cyril Ramaphosa. They have since made their way through to Johannesburg. They were in Parktown. They passed through Braamfontein. They passed through Breeze Street. They were passing Banking City. On your screen live are visuals of the players and the staff, of course, who were all part of that magic, really coming out to thank South Africans who have come out in their numbers today, in fact, come out in their numbers throughout the tournament to celebrate the Springboks having retained their title for a fourth time now. They, of course, are the Rugby World Cup champions. We know that the Springboks beat New Zealand in that 2023 Rugby World Cup in France, lifting up the Webb Ellis Trophy for a record fourth time. So we do know that the Springboks are on that victory tour, and it's a 4-day victory tour. Today, it kicked off in Pretoria and Johannesburg. Later on today, they make their way to Cape Town. Tomorrow, of course, that victory tour continues in the mother city of Cape Town. That will be followed by Durban, and that's going to be on the 4th of November, culminating in the Eastern Cape Province in East London for Sunday, the 5th of November. So we obviously are just monitoring that parade, that bus tour, and the open bus tour as they make their way through to F&B Stadium. We've seen the jubilation, we've seen the excitement, we've seen the FOMO of those who cannot be present, but of course are tuned in live to these visuals, watching the Springboks interact with their fans. Some have hailed them their heroes. We've seen children coming out from school to celebrate their favorite players. This is really a historic moment for them, for all those who've come out to support some of their favorite players, the likes of Ches and Colby, Mapimpi, Siya Kolisi as our captain. They've all made their way just a little early on in Johannesburg. Faf de Klerk, also coming onto that bus and being part of that action in his infamous Speedo. They've been interacting with fans like the entire day today. One is to wonder how the energy really is being retained, but they've signed T-shirts, they've signed rugby balls, they've signed rugby caps, and taken some selfies with all those who've come out. They really want to thank South Africans for holding them up and being part of their magic. It seems like green and gold is the color of the day, as we mentioned earlier on. Just trying to bring you up to speed to all that has been happening since they've touched down on home soil, and that victory parade has culminated, of course, in various stops throughout the day. As I mentioned, they are on their way to the F&B Stadium, where they are going to be met by the mayor of Johannesburg, and further celebrations will commence. We've seen, Ngalagata, of course, which arguably has become the anthem for the Rugby World Cup for many South Africans in the rugby fraternity. We've seen people being united, unity and diversity, stronger together. That seems to be the theme and the anthem that's also come through for many South Africans, given the state of the country, some of the challenges that we're facing. And it's also a message that has been reiterated by the president, by the captain, Siya Kolisi. Of course, has just reminded South Africans that together we can achieve everything. It comes on the back of a rather historic win, of course, where back in 1995, former President Nelson Mandela was the one who lifted that Webb Ellis Cup trophy. President Cyril Ramaphosa in 2023, now being that president who received the Springboks in Paris, in Stade de France, in France, of course, when they lifted up that Webb Ellis trophy. So our reporters, Griselda Lewis, Siso Ramara, as well as Tando Mqoli, were all out at the different legs, and they were interacting with all of the Amabogo, of course, who were the fans who have come out to celebrate them. And we're bringing you all of that live action as the day progresses. You can see on your screens right now, they are just about to enter Soweto. And from town, Joburg CBD, they have been making their way through to F&B Stadium. If I can just pull up that route, let's see if we can see how this route is going to be taking place. So from the Simmons Street, which was passing into Commissioner Street, they turn into Main Reef Road. And from there, they are making their way onto Nasrec Road. This is going to be past Rivoli, and they're now on the Soweto highway. So rather imminently, they're going to be passing Maponya Mall, and they'll be turning right into Klipspruit Valley Route, left on Vilakazi Street, onto Hector Peterson Memorial. All of those iconic streets and landmarks coming up in just a few moments. From Hector Peterson Memorial, they're going to be making their way down Peter Street for all those who still have time to go and meet them. And they are in the vicinity. Perhaps you could make your way through the motorcade following them as they head down there. So from Peter Street, which is near Klipfontein, they are going to off-ramp onto Nasrec Road. And this is where they're going to enter into the F&B Stadium, where they're going to be meeting the mayor. Let me cross over to Percy Nkatlo, who is in Soweto. They have just entered Soweto. You can see some of the fans coming through, shouting and screaming in support of them. Percy, if you can hear me, it's over to you. Really paint this picture for us. Where are we? And what is happening as we edge closer to them culminating at the F&B Stadium?
Afternoon, we're here at Soweto at the Vilakazi Street, one of the most famous street in Soweto, if not in the whole of Joburg. The street that produced two of the Nobel Peace Prize winners in icon and late former president of the country, Nelson Mandela, and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. We are here, fans have been filing into the place. We got here at 12 o'clock, the place was not that packed when we got here, but the numbers have been growing and fans are excited like the other places where we made stops here. I'm with one of my colleagues here, Nicola. I want him to tell us of how he is feeling, because he's also a passionate rugby fan who's been following the matches, and he tells me he enjoyed the final. Mni, you are here, I've been with you for like over 2 hours now. How do you feel here and seeing people here as they await the arrival of the Springbok tour bus?
I think it's great to see everyone who's turned out here. We know that sport brings the country together, but we also know that this wave is going to pass, and we hope that when the wave passes, SA Rugby can come into places like Soweto and get rugby development going, because we see very little of it outside of the World Cup here. So I hope that this inspires the powers that be to bring rugby to the people, not just every 4 years, but every day.
And you were telling me, some years back in 2019, when this was happening, you covered it, but the excitement, it's palpable everywhere. Every time the team does the country proud, fans come out in numbers. It's something big, something to celebrate every time the team wins the title.
I think South Africa's got many problems, and I think sport takes it away for a brief second. We can celebrate something instead of complaining about petrol going up and all the other things we complain about every day. So this is great for the country, but I think we need a way to sustain it, because this is a fleeting moment, and once this passes, people go back to their struggles. And like I'm saying, if we can bring rugby and other sports into our communities, then we can begin to see people just get away every day, go to the field, leave it out there, and carry on the next day.
No, I do agree. You make a great point. Thanks a lot, Nikelo. And then we've got one of my brothers. I've been having chats with him off camera earlier on before you guys came through to me. And I want to speak to him. He's one of the fans. He made time here, and he understands that even the players are tired after the final. They played on Saturday rather, and on Tuesday they arrived to a rapturous OR Tambo International Airport. But let me find out how he's feeling. Today the players took time to come and interact with their fans so that the fans can see them after the stellar work they did. My brother has been with you here for over 2 hours. Tell me, how are you feeling? You are here with your kids, and the team will be arriving here any minute from now.
Firstly, we'll start by, we are feeling that there is hope. As the president has already anticipated that there is hope. There is hope for the country. We are very much excited. People came in numbers. We came, we brought our families here. It shows the support that we do have as a community, as a country. All Rainbow Nation is here with their parents, kids, everyone, grandparents, they are here. People from Northwest, all over, they are here. We really appreciate and we really enjoy to be here to celebrate our sport that we really like. And honestly, sports can unite us at all costs.
No, thanks a lot. Enjoy. Let's wait. I'm told they'll be here any minute. Let's move on to other fans, find out what they are feeling. But the excitement, as I said earlier, people are excited as much as others are not very keen to come on camera. My sister, can you tell me, you've been here with your friend here and you've been told, I mean, it's been hours now, but the team finally, I'm told, is on the way to this place. How are you guys feeling?
So excited. Oh, we've just been on TikTok, Instagram, just excited.
We just want to see the boys in real life. We've been seeing them on TV, on our phones. We just want to see them and like celebrate with them.
Yes. They need to see the impact that they've made.
You guys come from, you stay around in Soweto?
I know.
From
Always.
Joburg West, from far.
No, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
My sister, you want to speak to us? There's also a young man with a rugby ball here. You can tell that he loves rugby. Tell us what your name is and what are you here doing? Obviously, you are waiting for the team to arrive here. How happy are you that you'll be seeing them in person?
My name is Boks and I'm so happy for the team. We won the World Cup. I'm so happy. It's like a miracle, winning by 1 point all the time.
Exactly. Thanks a lot. Enjoy. My brother, I was with you there earlier, and we've been chatting about the team. We were told earlier they were in Braamfontein. At some point they were at Bank City, but now finally I'm told they're on the M1 and coming here. Tell us how this made you feel on Saturday when the team beat New Zealand to win the 4th Rugby World Cup title, and how are you feeling as you await the team here at Soweto Vilakazi Street?
I'd like to first thank them for doing this. I'm actually very anxious for them to come through because I want to actually watch them through the trophy, and this has been our nation's wide because from every game, inch by inch, we've all been pulling through. Siyakolisi, Lukanyo Makazole Mapimbi. It's been small inches and contributions from each and every individual. Faf de Klerk, PSP's, Bomb Squad, the 7-1, innovation by Rassi, changing the game in rugby. Yithi mntakwethu nombhoxo wenziwe City apha, and we showed other countries that South Africa ayondawo odlalela. Nangoku qhwatywa iNew Zealand izolo kwi-cricket sezawubethwa amanye amazwe. Ke ngoku into esiyithethayo inye, umbhoxo sibuye nayo, bekuthiwe mayibuye indebe izekhaya layo sezawuphinda.
Thanks a lot, my brother. I just want to prep one of the fans. A lot of people, how are you, my brother? So sorry for disturbing you. Just a moment, I saw you earlier here. We just want to find out how are you feeling.
Ndonwabe kakhulu man, ndonwabe kakhulu. Uzolala usuka ngapha kwaBhaca. Sakhula thina sivinjwa lemidlalo wombhoxo kwa isikole nandifunda kuso ayingekho lento yombhoxo. Siyibone sekudala lento. Imagine uba lento yombhoxo ayivulelekile ukuthi at an earlier stage babe bangaphi osiyasikholisi esabafumana. Kodwa ke abo bancinci bangenileyo babonakalisile, hayi uba benzele inceba ngoba phaa kwirugby. Umbonile uLukhanyo Emba wayenzani World Cup, kule World Cup ephelileyo. Umbonile uMampimpi wenzani. Into esiyicelayo ke into yoba makuvulwe ezi sporting codes, ziqale kwendawo phaa kwi-early childhood, phaa kwezaa sikolo bathi zii-primary school, kwenzele elikholo lizokwazi uba linetsharishwe from a very young age. Yabona, singayibambi sekuphezulu, singayibambi late, kodwa sibonakalisile ngoku siyibambe late uba no man, italente esinayo. Siyabulela kakhulu man, into eyenziwa abafana intle, kodwa lo mfana lo bathi ngapha emampondweni uFaku, bathi nguFafu ke xa nimbiza. Hey, udlalile la mntwana lo. Ndiyabulela kakhulu bro.
At the studio, I'll try and get more fans, but the gist of what he was saying, some viewers might have been able to make out what he was saying, but he was talking about the importance of development in terms of developing young players who will represent the country in future, that the likes of Siyakolisi, we know that he played at the last World Cup, and some of the players like Yeben Etzebeth, they've been in with the team for some time. They might not be around for the next World Cup, so as a country, as Saru is going to have to develop. Let me talk to one of the fans here. How are you, ma'am? I spoke to you earlier. You came with your family. I saw the husband. I saw your daughter here. I had a chat with you, and you told me that you were at MTN, but you also decided to come down here. You were not.
yeah. We've actually got all the billboards in the street, so that's why we're here. But amazing, the World Cup. Just bringing the nation together. It's absolutely so special. You've seen all the people today. And thanks for broadcasting.
Then the husband, that's you are away there.
Well, he's not yet my husband, but
okay.
we can call him.
Oh, I'm sorry for
he's a
Let me have a word with him.
Have a word with him. Have a word.
Yes, I just want to find out how you are feeling. It's
yes, what an awesome day, what an awesome feeling, what an awesome spirit here for the country. I thank you guys for so much, and I thank the Bokke for bringing the cup back home.
Yes.
And you were also at MTN.
Yes, we were there.
Yeah, we've been around, we've been following it.
Yeah,
but now we're waiting for them.
The spirit here is way better.
Here, when we got here, around lunchtime, the place was empty, but it looks like more people have started coming here.
Absolutely.
And it's been people up and down, and it's just been an awesome day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
People from all sides. There's people from Nelspruit on that's coming here today. So it's just amazing. Well done, Bokke.
Thanks a lot. Enjoy. We don't know how long it will take, but we understand that the team is making its way to Vilakazi Street. 30 minutes or so ago, we saw some of the visuals that they were on Mandela Bridge and going to join M1. I think they will be here any minute from now. And the noise levels will go up a notch or two once the team makes its way here, like it happened in other places that we made a stop. The Loftus Festival, when the team got there after 10:30, the people were excited, they were vuvuzelas, they were singing and ululating. I'm sure this is what is going to happen here, but people are waiting patiently here. And as I say, the team can arrive here any moment from now. We'll catch up with you later, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Percy. Thanks for bringing us that live action. On our screens right now, we can see the Springboks just having passed the Dr. S.K. Matseke Memorial Hospital. They're really close to the FNB Stadium. Of course, there's a number of stops that they're making just before it culminates at the FNB Stadium. I just want to apologize for the foul language that had been used a little bit earlier on. Of course, we do apologize for that. But staying with our coverage on the SABC, it's a colorful affair. We're looking at the Springboks live on your screens. They're greeting fans. They're interacting with fans who've come out, lined the streets of Soweto to come and pay homage to celebrate them, the Rugby World Cup champions for 2023. We've seen jubilation, excitement, electrifying energy throughout the day as that 4-day rugby trophy tour has kicked off early on in Pretoria. They've now made their way to Johannesburg. And again, as I mentioned, currently in Soweto, we're bringing you the live action. We've spoken to our reporter, Griselda Lewis. Percy, in fact, was in Vilakazi Street, the iconic street we saw, which raised Archbishop Desmond Tutu as well as former President Nelson Mandela. We've seen the significance of that, people coming out to wait for them as that bus is set to pass there. So it in fact made its way down Jan Smuts, past Bank City, onto Commissioner Street. They then passed Rivoli, past the Johannesburg Expo Centre into Soweto, and down Peter Street near Klipfontein, obviously getting onto that Soweto highway. And they're now going to be passing Hector Peterson Memorial. That is just after Vilakazi Street in Soweto. And they're getting into Chris Hani Road now. In fact, this is towards UJ campus. And so they're edging closer to Vilakazi Street, of course. Again, as I mentioned, from Vilakazi Street, Hector Peterson Memorial, and they'll be making their way down Peter Street. All this to culminate at that FNB Stadium. So people have, rehashed some of their fondest memories, as we mentioned earlier on. They've rehashed some of their favorite players, how they've inspired them. Again, the theme and the idea of unity and diversity coming to the fore. People who weren't even rugby fans coming out to learn some of the rules and some of the game, all just to support, the Rugby World Cup team members who managed to unite South Africa, the whole country rallying behind them. We heard from some of the South Africans we've spoken to, our reporters interacting with them, saying that, it's united South Africa. For once, we've been able to just forget or put on the back burner some of the challenges that we are facing, and we're looking at how sport really can drive that momentum and continue to unite South Africans, and how really from here on to we're going to sustain this gees that South Africa really hasn't enjoyed, arguably since the Banyana, of course, were in the FIFA Women's World Cup. Prior to that, it was the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Currently, the Proteas are flying the flag high for South Africa at the Cricket World Cup in India. So there's lots of jubilation on the sports front, and we're looking at what support's available as well to carry on that legacy and really what the succession plan is. As we heard, many of the players are set to retire, and so the focus on development of sport, again, also coming to the fore. On your screens, it's been a long day. They're still waving and interacting with the fans. They have been waving all day. They've been signing T-shirts, they've been signing caps and rugby balls. They've had people running alongside the bus. One is to wonder how ordinary people are able to keep up. But it seems like we've got some unsung heroes and superstars in South Africa as well. On your screens right now, some of the Springboks just interacting with the fans who've come to pay their respects. We'll bring you the latest as the day unfolds. We're edging closer to the F&B Stadium in Soweto. Let's take a quick ad break. More news and updates upon our return. Stay tuned.